Well, we made it into the town of Bend, and I'm checking in at the Bunken Brew Hostel, where I'm gonna spend 2 nights, take a nice beer tomorrow, and enjoy this cool town. So you get a free check-in beer at this hostel, which is awesome, and they even have an actual sauna. The hostel even upgraded me to a private room for free. I must smell that bad, huh?
Yeah!
Cheers!
Yeah! You're the chef. No, I'm not. Cool. Shortcut chef. Yeah. Cheers. So how are you guys?
Well, I got sucked into the vortex and ended up spending 2 zeros, so 3 nights in Bend. Super fun town and a good group of hikers here to hang out with. And this morning I'm waking up super early to walk downtown to meet a trail angel at a coffee shop for breakfast, and then he's gonna give me a lift all the way back up to Santiam Pass, and I'll continue on north.
Yeah, the way they just roll over.
Yeah.
It's such a symbol of exactly how the climate looks here.
Back on the PCT. A lot of people skip parts of Northern California and come up to Oregon where you're back in like the high mountains. And so the past day I've seen probably like 5 thru hikers who I haven't seen since like the first 300 miles of the desert. And it is so cool to just be reunited with all the people that you saw in the beginning. Especially because you can't really keep in touch as you're hiking. So you have like all these memories of people and you're thinking, I wonder whatever happened to them. I wonder where they are on the trail right now. I wonder if they're still on trail. And then boom, you turn a corner on trail and you run right into them. It's really cool. It's getting spooky out here. It's a new day, and I had no idea that this magical view was here yesterday. Well, there's Broken Top and the North and Middle Sister, and just the very tip and ridge line of Three Finger Jack that we went by yesterday, which you wouldn't know it since we were in the clouds all day. You can see the last remnants from that storm system from yesterday dissipating over on the horizon. So there's Three Finger Jack. The trail yesterday came up from Santiam Pass, about halfway up the mountain, and then circumnavigated it. So I actually just ran into one of the first park rangers that I've seen on the entire 2,000 some mile stretch that I've done of the PCT so far. And he asked to see my through hiking permit, which hasn't been checked at all since I started in Mexico. Luckily, I still had it on me, and he checked it and sent me on my way. This massive clear cut is actually just an avalanche chute. You can see the snow took down all these trees and cleared a path all the way down, winding into the lake. And I don't know if you can make out in the video, but the lake is just, the whole surface is covered with floating logs. Here's the west slope of Mount Jefferson. I haven't had a yard sale like this in a while.
And it was the most aggressive thing I've ever heard. It was so funny. Did you do more? Yeah.
Here's the north slopes of Mount Jefferson, just robed in glaciers. So over there on the east is the high desert of eastern Oregon. And up ahead to the north, that's our next volcano. That's Mount Hood, all covered in glaciers. I'm headed to Olallie Lake General Store, which is just like 0.1 off the trail. So gonna see what type of food and drinks they have there.
Though, fuck, it's far.
It's insane.
I'm not doing that again because I couldn't fucking walk the next day.
This is Little Crater Lake. It was formed by a shift along the fault line here, and it is always 34 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's about 50 feet deep. Look at this trail magic I just found. Two nice IPAs resting on a fire ring in the middle of the backcountry. Not the prettiest camp spot right next to the highway pull-off, but there's pit toilets, trash can, and Verizon service, so this will work. And hopefully I don't get murdered. We're finally above the tree line, up on the side of Mount Hood. You can look back south and see Mount Jefferson, and in the distance, the Three Sisters are still there. I'm at the Timberline Ski Lodge on the side of Mount Hood, which just happens to be the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. The ski lift's actually running. People are skiing up on the glaciers on Mount Hood today. "2,100 miles down." So here's Mount Hood, and out on the horizon to the north, we're getting our first views of Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, which means that we're getting our first glimpse into Washington State.
Why do you say no skydiving? What's wrong with
We
skydiving?
haven't planned that. That's not. Just so you know, it's not skydiving.
You're afraid of skydiving?
It's nothing like that.
Why? What's wrong with skydiving?
Oh, the part where you free fall? Yeah, that part.
And there's our first view of Mount Adams over in Washington State.
I've been picking so many.
Do you want to tell us about your cache?
I got some huckleberries for you. So are these like?
So we got salmon berries and huckleberries for lunch.
Yum.
Yeah, to the left. And then Mount Rainier, like straight ahead.
Wow.
There's Mount Hood again. Here's a stunning view of all three major volcanoes coming up. So that is Mount Adams. That way in the distance is Mount Rainier. That is Mount St. Helens with the top of the volcano blown off. Who's your friend?
It's Crawdaddy! A cartridge.
Cartridge, yeah.
Yeah,
Like this big cans because it's like this in
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was just full of
But I
fun.
mean, your bag was so fucking big. Like, it was so full. I'm making sangria in my mouth. But I didn't think about the fact that you need to chew berries. And you need to not chew wine.
Don't choke.
It's not going very well. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful cloudy morning up on Mount Hood.
Nice.
This morning Mount Adams and Mount Rainier way in the back are both hiding behind the clouds. It is our last day hiking in the state of Oregon as we finish up this trail section down into the Columbia River Gorge towards the Bridge of the Gods in the town of Cascade Locks. Yeah, I thought it was a big poop, but it's a slug.
What is happening here?
What is this lovely box of mystery trail magic? Just our usual under a highway. So this is the Bridge of the Gods, which marks the border between Oregon and Washington State, and is actually the lowest point on the PCT in elevation at 77 feet above sea level. So I've never been anywhere that the PCT goes through before, whether it be on trail or in town, except for this exact spot at the Bridge of the Gods in Cascade Locks. And the only time I've been here before was on my road trip out from Indianapolis straight west to the Oregon coast, down the Pacific Coast Highway, down to Campo on the Mexican border to start this trail way back in mid-March. And at that time, it was currently snowing the day I stood here, and I had no idea if I would actually make it this far to the end of Oregon. It was such an abstract concept at the time, and now it's mid-August, and I'm standing here having finished California and Oregon, and there's only one state left, Washington, between me and Canada.
How are they over? I don't even know what that is.
I'm here at the Marine RV campground where a group of us hikers got a campsite for the night, and we're gonna camp on the banks of the Columbia River and resupply and then head into the final state tomorrow.
Paddleboat tour thing.